Hey YouTube, just checking in with all of you out there. I got a video probably going to be coming up when I get back down from the hill, but tonight I just couldn't resist. I had to come up here. I had to come up here to film this because and to camp. It's just too nice. It's so incredibly nice. The only thing about it is I got up here onto the hill, I set up camp and everything, and I forgot the utensils for eating. So I had to make utensils out of sticks and things with a Swiss Army knife, and I carved all that and I did all that. But I was able to eat a pretty good meal tonight. I got camp set up in the dark. I'm in the backpacker tent, and that is a new tent light. I got that. That was, I think it was $11. Got it at Walmart. Very nice. It has a high, low, and night light function. It'll run 50 something hours on high. It'll run 100 and I think 40 something hours on low, and then it has a night light function, which is like a very low amber light. It says it'll run 153 hours, I think is what it is. But you can find it over in the camping section where the tents are. It's just a little square light. I must have walked past that thing 8 or 9 times after I found. Oh, excuse me, hiccups. After I found it, but look at the light that thing kicks off. I mean, you can see all my gear out here and everything. I pretty much got everything in the tent for the night. But a lot of it does a really, really good job. It uses 3 AA batteries, and I just grabbed a bunch of Duracell rechargeables. Everything I have that I carry camping because I do it so much. I just throw rechargeable batteries on there and say to hell with it. I never use a throwaway battery anymore. I've got chargers and stuff. In fact, I'm charging this phone while I'm talking, and you can see it down here. That's a little power bar I got. This is the Blackweb 7 times rechargeable power bar. I don't know, can you see that? But I like it because it tells me exactly how much power I've got left. I've heard people say that they have problems with those, but this one is performing flawlessly. It's also, what did I pay for that thing? I don't even think it was $30. It wasn't much. But the thing I like about it, a lot of other ones don't have it. That one is all metal, except for the display and the ports. It's all metal. So the other one I had a Uniden supply, the little back buck or the DC to DC step up, from 3.8 to 5. Anyway, the thing that makes 5 volts at the plug started to fail, so everything was starting to flicker on it and stuff, and I went ahead and did away with that. I still have it, and it still pushes the fan okay. But you see out here tonight, whoa, almost dropped it. You see out here tonight, I've only got one fan, and I don't really think I'm going to need that. I got a chance to try out, let's see if I can find the bag. It should have the name on it. Rugged Mountain Company. It's a little hollow cotton sleeping bag for backpacking, and it packs down really tight, but I didn't really like how confining it felt when I tried it out, but I'm going to give it the benefit of a doubt, and I'm going to give it a shot tonight. Tonight's temperature is going to be, I think it's like 58 degrees or something like that. It may get a little cooler, but I hope to have camp broken by 7 a.m. and then be back down the hill before the light gets too bright and everything gets crazy. So just a test of that, I also got my hands on an Intex. It's almost like how the pool floats are made. Let me see if I can point it down there. Well, you can't see it. But I'm on this Intex inflatable camping mattress. It's a lot thicker than a pool toy. It's pretty good. And I'm hoping that it'll be a little easier on my back tonight, because that little closed cell bedroll pad that I had, man, that thing, by the time I got done sleeping up here, that thing was killing my back. It was great for the knees, though. If you have to crawl into a tent like this backpacking tent, it was great for your knees. But I had to bring my shoes. I usually take my shoes off when I come into the tent, but I had to bring them in this time. And the reason I did, when I was over there cooking my meal just across the slab over there, where there's like a brick thing, like a big round or squarish with rounded corners brick thing that I cook the meals on. Uh, I got done eating and I was sitting there packing up my stuff, and I reached down to pick up the bag that my stove and everything was in. This huge spider jumped out of there, man. He was this big around, man, and he had like greenish brown and black stripes going lengthwise on his body, but he was a big old spider. And I think he was after the ants. There's these ants that come up on the hill. They don't ever bite you or anything. They go nuts. They're everywhere, you know. And I think this spider was hunting the ants. I think that's what was going on. But anyway, I scared him, and he stood there in my headlamp for a little while, just sitting there on the ground, and then I moved a little bit, and he just off. I mean, that little bugger could run. And he ran across. I thought he ran up into one of my other bags. So I checked everything again, because he just zipped out of the view of my headlight and just ran off. So I started searching around on the slab. I couldn't find him. That bugger was fast. But you know, the only thing scarier than a spider you can see is the spider you can't after you've seen him. So, yeah, that was a little unnerving. I think he was like some kind of big wolf spider or some other thing. I don't think he was anything dangerous. Because like I said, I think he was stalking them ants that were all over the thing. We always have these little, well, they're big ants. They're actually about that long. You know, a little less than a half an inch. But they're black ants, and they don't ever bite you or anything. You know, they're just everywhere. They get into stuff, you know. I've never seen them actually go after any food I've brought up here. But then again, I haven't been up here really long enough to tell. I usually camp a night and then I'm out of here, which is what I'm doing tonight, actually. I'm testing out this new sleeping bag, as I said, and testing out this air mattress to see if it's a viable option. It rolls down pretty small. It fits right up inside my pack. So that's cool. Ooh, I'm getting a lot of static on this screen. I got a feeling I know what it is. Hang on, guys. I gotta pull that plug. There we go. Now she's behaving right. But anyway, I'm just checking in with you guys, and probably in the next couple of days I'll put all this stuff together and upload some kind of video content. I don't know. I've got these special glasses. I had a friend of mine get these for me. And these have a camera in them. And they have a memory stick. And this gives a very unique perspective. So what I wanted to do was just quietly film with these glasses on, because you can see what I see when I wear these. So I'm going to try to put some of that video. The only thing about it is, you know, you don't realize just how much your head moves around, because your brain processes out all that motion, you know. And you'll go back and you'll play back that video, and it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. And you'll turn your head, and it's just blur, and then you're on to the next thing. What another thing that your brain does, and this is something that the camera sees, but you edit that out mentally. When you turn your head to look at something, the blur that happens in the camera that is your eye is processed out. A lot of people don't know that, and it took some real getting used to. I still have almost a seasick motion in a lot of the videos, so I try very hard to keep my head steady when I film with those. So I'm hoping that I'll have something for everybody to watch tomorrow or the next day when I get all that together. But this is the nicest night. This is the nicest night I've ever camped up here. So I am going to enjoy resting up here, and I may stay a little past sunup. It just depends on how things go and how bright it gets. I didn't bring a hat. I walked out without my hat as well, so I'm kind of gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna do the logistics of this one, because when the sun gets up too high, that's gonna be blinding for me without that. You know, I may just stay in until the sun gets high enough that it's not in my eyes going down the hill and in the eyes of the camera. But that's the reason I didn't wear my hat, is because with this camera on these glasses, when it's filming, if you have your hat on, it looks like, well, this is like the brim of the hat. This is what you see. That's what you see everywhere you look. So, but what I found is those glasses, when the light source is high enough, I don't have to wear my hat with those. It's a good camera, you know, it is a good camera, but it's a really good pair of glasses. If the camera on that broke tomorrow, I'd probably still wear them because it's the most comfortable pair of glasses I've ever worn as far as sunglasses. The only pair I've ever been able to wear that I didn't have to have a hat on when I wore them, you know. So we'll be trying that tomorrow. Also, I've got the vestibules and the rainfly up. We don't know what the weather's going to. Sorry, I keep hitting my arm. I'm not on a selfie stick or a tripod. I'm actually just sitting here filming. Don't know what the weather's going to do. I'm going to have to check the weather report, but we might get a chance to rain test this tent. I've been trying to get up here when the weather was kind of on the crummy side, crummy-ish side. And this is the first chance I've gotten to try. We'll try again, you know. What are the words I'm looking for here? I'm hoping that we'll have a little rainfall, just a little rainfall or a small storm, something so I can test this tent out. I want to see how waterproof it is. I have heard that the two-person backpacking tent was actually really well made. And from all all the seam sealing and everything I've seen in this thing, I'm hoping it's fairly water resistant. We'll see, you know. I didn't want to give it the garden hose test. I wanted to test it in a real environment, in a real situation. So I've either been traveling or the situation has been such that I haven't really had a chance to bring it up here and give it a shot. So we'll see what happens. And I guess that's it. So y'all that watch my channel, you'll most likely see this tomorrow. I tend to occasion on these live streams at weird times. So, and I have to keep the chat disabled because if I was to have the chat going on this thing with you guys talking to me, I'd have to be like this. This is one of the things about the vision I have is I have to get real close, you know, to see what's being scrolled on my screen. But anyway, I will catch y'all tomorrow, and hopefully by tomorrow evening I will have some video uploaded, and that will be that. Y'all have a good day, or a good night as the case may be. I'm going to try to stop this thing without putting my thumb on top of the camera. So did I? No, I didn't. I'm going to have to. Boop.